think you can hold Larry accountable in any sort of sense, not even criminally, but just morally? Do you think you can hold Larry accountable for what went on?
I don't know how much intelligence Larry has. I don't
Let,
know how much he understands
yeah,
reality. I don't know.
I I think Larry understands completely. That man can drive. That man can drive a truck. That man can pay a gas bill. That man, well, I don't know if they had gas or not, but things were getting done, and Larry and Betty were the two people doing these things. The dogs, they had dog food. He went into that store, put that bag in that car. Like Larry, I feel like he's there with it.
He should have been the one who handled everything.
I think he knows how to the simple things. Let's say that he
Okay,
knows the simple thing. He don't know how to run a Facebook page, but he know how to pay the family bills type of thing. I guess
okay. I just wanted to make sure maybe I was missing something. Okay, then
Yeah,
again, it still goes back to how much he understands reality. You know what I'm saying? Because I
right.
don't want to hold him accountable for this much when he only understood this much. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
I have to leave
true.
him out of it. I have to leave him
Okay.
out of all of this because I just don't know.
Okay. Okay. And I'm just bringing up discussions that I'm hearing because I past couple of weeks I kind of have tapped back into looking at different content creators and discussions that are going on or talking about this, and that's one thing that I did hear, and I think I'm with you on that because yeah, he understands the general things about life, and okay, the trash needs to be taken out. Let me take it out, type of thing. He understands, but far as Facebook and Cash App, he probably does, but FaceTimes for Cash Apps and is what's going on, and especially because Timmy was always the one where he was the one being taken out of the house. Like they would come pick Timmy up, take him out of Patrick, would go get Timmy, and Timmy stay down at his house. He down at his house for 3 days in a row, just kicking it with they going fishing, they doing all this. So he understood what was going on, the big picture, but I don't think I can hold Larry that accountable to know exactly the details and intricacies of, for one, the law and what's legal, and for two, what Patrick was doing. And if people were showing him, maybe what's her name, BJ, maybe she was showing him and telling him things, but he didn't think it was nothing wrong with it.
If the system understood and they knew what this family was dealing with, when I say the system, of course, they had to be getting some type of financial revenue from the state. If they
Oh yeah.
knew what was going on in this household, I feel like there should have been done more coming from the state to help this family
Mm.
in the situation that he's dealing with. But they actually left this family vulnerable to people. And I'm not saying Eric is one of them. I'm not saying the last guy was one of them, but we see Patrick was. But they left them vulnerable for people to take advantage of them. And who would have knew that the world could be so goddamn evil for people to use this as a of a YouTube or a social media story to gain financial revenue for this family's shortcomings in life. That's Nobody
Yeah.
probably knew that was going to happen, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I still feel like the state could have done more for this family, so nobody could have even put their paws on anything that had to do with this Whittaker family.
Yeah. And this is the state we talking about, West Virginia. I think that kind of has to come into play with that discussion. It's not uh, California. It's not my you know it's not New York State. It's not West Virginia. I kind of had a feeling that these things that maybe they don't get taken care of sometimes because it's a lot of poverty going on. It's a lot of that. So But
So you
as far
saying
as
because of what state it's in?
well, the fact that poverty in especially in the county they're in, the levels is so high that maybe they don't have the resources to do more type of thing, you know,
Possibly, possible.
far as what the state and honestly, Eric, he the one that kind of tipped the shit off, I ain't gonna lie, when it comes to the state. Cause he was the first one really in communication with the state when it come to what Betty and Larry or what Betty said about BJ abusing what his accusation of allegedly abusing Timmy and with him, you know, running to the state with that right there, I think was the key factor because the state and the police they on the same team. So I think that was the thing that kind of sparked this whole perfect, unperfect storm was Eric going there. So when you know, if you agree with that or you think that is the case, then was Eric right for doing that?
Yes, he
Or
was.
if he felt
They,
okay,
they should have made a move, bro. The state should have made a move as soon as he made them aware of what was going on in his household, which again, they already knew what this family was dealing with. Maybe they just didn't care enough to follow up and check on the family more than what they did. But when he actually brought this to their attention of what was going on, especially when we talk about abuse, come on, man.
right?
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Regardless if this family IQ was 0, they still are human beings. They
right.
deserve the same love that you would treat or give these homeless people who made mistakes in life in New York and they
Yeah,
sleeping out in the cold winter. This family deserves the same love and respect, bro. So
yeah.
I do hold the state, somewhat accountable for what's going on with this family, bro.
So with the state they're in now, where the you know the big three, Timmy, Lorraine, Ray, are under state. You know they are. What's the word? Asylums. I can't remember the term that he used, but basically they're in the state's custody at this
Right.
point. Still, Betty and Larry are not, and so with the outcome of this, um, in conclusion, do you think this what which is the better? What's the better of the two evils? Is it this family being split up and being separated like this, or beforehand where you know you get the raid and he soiled his pants and he's just walking around, went to sleep, woke up the next day and the soil he's still soiled. Which one is the least of the two? You know, evils, I guess.
I would say this. If something was done years ago, and I don't know how long this family has been in the system, but if something was done years ago where they actually separated them, they would have had enough time to get used to the new lifestyle. But you allowed this to happen for so long. Like, I don't know how many years it's been since they've been a part of the state or getting revenue from the state. But if they'd have made a move early, then I think the best thing for them to do was to separate his family. And I hate
Mm.
to say that. I hate to say that. But or maybe they could have, I don't know, put more attention on this family and keep them together. I don't think that's gonna happen. So the only
Right.
thing I would say is it has to separate them. And they would have got used to their new way of living. It's almost like adoption, bro. It's like I'm moving to a new family because I'm gonna have a better life. But I want to be with my mom, but not with this family. I'm living a great life. It's gonna take some time to get used to it because I love my mom.
Right.
But over here, I'm treated like a prince, princess, king, queen, all of that. So yeah, that's my answer, bro.
Mm. Yeah, I get. I think I get. I get what you're saying. Not I think I get. I truly get what you're saying. Um, I think part of me, I understand the soil. Like I was talking about this, going to sleep and you're soiled and you wake up and that's Ray. That's the same shirt on for who knows how many days. I think for me, that's what he knew. Like that, as sad as it is that this was the case and that this is how they were living and they were surviving for all of these years. To a certain extent, I feel like that's the life he knew.
He didn't have
Like
to
I
get
would,
used to that. He didn't have to
I
get used to
he
it, bro.
didn't have to. He didn't have to. But to me, man, I kind of I would feel better about it if the Patrick and Eric didn't come along and do this. I think, yeah. I don't know. That's just how I feel, man. I hate to see him, even though he's sleeping on clean sheets, even though he's having 3 square meals.
Mm.
Something tells me that Ray, in his heart, in his heart, will never feel at home wherever he's at.
You don't think
Cause
they
that's all.
deserve to know or feel what life should be like, bro? You don't think they deserve
How
that?
how how do we have the power to know? How do we have the power to conflate what we think life should be like for somebody? Because we think of other people who don't live like us as taboo. Like there's someone in Africa right now or in a third world country right now who they only know one thing. They are happy. They are content. They eat whatever,
Because
raccoons, this and that. And you gonna
they,
make them eat chicken now?
they
Like
never experienced nothing else. So I
so
get
why
what you're saying, but they should have clean running water, bro. They
I'm
should
not
have.
God. Like I'm nobody's God to it's almost like America going to Iraq and saying, y'all need to live like this. We're doing it. Look how successful we are. Y'all should do the same thing and meddling in the affairs of this tribe, which the Whitakers, I've kind of viewed them like they were a tribe. And that tribe got split because of the meddling hands of others. You see what
Let me hit you with your own shit just real quick. Just real
Okay,
quick.
let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
You told me a while ago, not even a while ago, I think this was recent. You said, I don't mind giving to the homeless or somebody sitting on the curb. It's, don't ask me. Who are you to give them anything? You don't know if they happy sitting on that goddamn curve. They might be cooling, enjoying the sunshine, but you gave them $20 because they look like a bum, bro. I know that's a reach, but think about what I just said.
I mean, yeah. All I say, you better approach me right. If you,
They didn't approach you at all. You decided to say, you know what? Yeah, man. You gave him $20. He's like, what the fuck you give me this for? Because we know, me and you know, this ain't what life is about. You should be living better than that. And that's all I'm saying, bro. Put them in a better situation early. Don't wait 20 years where they are used to living in filth. Nah, man, yeah, that's gonna be hard to break that family apart because they didn't live like this for so long, and that's what they used to. But if you catch it early, state.
well, I get what you're saying. There's so many people I feel like that are below that poverty line that are living off of bare minimums that that would be wonderful. I feel like if states could provide that. So I can't disagree with you on that, as far as what the state. Um, but in a perfect world, I would think yes. But this world, man, it ain't. It just ain't like that, man.
Yeah.
Some people just living off of bare minimums, and that's what they're used to, and they make do, they survive. So
You gotta understand, some people have a choice. Some people don't have no choice whatsoever. So if you can help them people who have no choice,
right,
I'm pretty sure they'll be grateful for it. For those who just rather just live off the governments, I got two hands for them, and not the salutes. I'm just saying.
yeah, but yeah, good discussion though. I almost feel like it's like damn, this whole thing. I definitely when it comes to Patrick, going back to Patrick, you know, we gonna see. Well, I'll leave it. I'll make it simple. We gonna see, man.
Patrick, good luck.
Good luck,
Good
good
luck.
riddance. Good luck or good riddance, whichever one come. I mean, the intentions of both of them, nobody knows 100%.
Hey,
But we do.
if I'm wrong, we'll be back. And I'm a man. I'm a man. I will admit I'm wrong. I just don't
Uh,
see.
okay, you heard it there. That's Boss Man Blake, YJ. We here with it, man. We gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Yeah, no.
Y'all be easy. We go.
Big Business Podcast.